Welcome. Farmers in the Umngeni Local Municipality are creating block barriers to prevent the further spread of wildfires. Newzroom Afrika's Karinda Jagmohan is tracking that story. She joins us live. And Karinda, it's a case of these farmers fighting fire with fire.
Certainly so, fighting fire with fire. The fire you see behind me, we saw the actual control of it along the barricade of this farm in the KZN Midlands, Umngeni Local Municipality. Critical because this is going to stop any further wildfires from coming through to this end. These block burns essentially are initially, used more popularly to get rid of ticks and unwanted little insects on the farm. But today, it's essentially similar to a fire break where they're just burning this portion of land so the fire cannot come closer to the homes that are actually behind us. I'm joined by the farm manager, Vikash Ahir. So thanks so much for speaking to us. As I watch this fire going through here, tell me about how you actually start and then control this. What's the process behind this?
Well, obviously, as I was saying, explaining to you, in the mornings, we work with burning with fire. We get a burn number so that the guys know that we're going to be doing a burn. And then basically we follow their cue also because there are some days that are non-burn days, which is a red day, and then some days you can burn. Okay, so what we do is we start off with them, and then we wait for the climate to be right. Yeah. We need the grass as dry as possible before we can start burning.
And then you start on one side, and then I saw you had a gentleman here putting the fire off on the other side. How does that work?
Yes, that's correct. Well, we switch off on the side that we don't want the fire to run. Basically, this is a block burn, so that's what we're doing. So we're going to let it run into that block over there. So we're just switching off on the one side. Like when we're doing like a normal fire break, then we've got guys on either side that are blocking the fire from basically jumping up.
And it's critical, you're not the only farm that's doing this today. I see it happening around us. Tell me just about your concerns over the last few days.
Well, the biggest concern is the problem is there's a lot of new community members moving into the area that don't know about fires. So they think they're doing a good thing by trying to burn around their houses. But the problem is they're putting a fire in and then they can't control it. Especially the thing is they don't know which days to put the fire and they're putting it when there's a lot of wind. And then also, as we've seen in Boston, running over there in Boston, they're doing it over the weekend, which is definitely not a time to burn fire. You cannot burn fires on the weekend because there's no one there around to help you. Okay. So, it's problems like that over there that it's really affecting us farmers. And then also, we lose a lot of grazing land, and then we end up paying a lot just to get our animals through winter, Yeah.
Certainly. Thank you so much for speaking to us and allowing us to actually show our viewers this. Vikash Ahir is the farm manager. And Michelle, let me just take you down to show you. So basically, this entire fire here on the other side, there's someone actually watching this and putting it out. This is all the farm area for this particular farm. And on a normal day, this is actually quite a normal practice to have burn blocks. And that's to get rid of some insects and pests that they don't want. But today, it's critical just to try and create that almost safety ring around the farm. Around us, the emergency authorities have said that the fires are stabilized, and we saw some smoke earlier, realizing that this was controlled fires happening. There's a similar practice happening in the Midmar Nature Reserve. We were there earlier. Unfortunately, Ezimbelo, KZN wildlife spokesperson, is not picking up his call, so we can't actually go there to show you how they are doing it there. But this is now really what many of the residents around this area are doing to protect their homes. There is a concern that if one doesn't know how to do this safely, the fire will get out of control. That is what has also been happening, with regular messages to residents to say be cautious with fire in this cold winter when you try and keep warm, to be cautious with fire. Even at night when we were in northern KwaZulu-Natal earlier, we saw residents starting up little fires outside their home, and just knowing what we'd been reporting throughout the day, realizing that this was a major concern, because that fire was there to keep warm, to start maybe cooking some food as well.